been 3 years since we've seen Sam Fisher in action, 3 years since we've been sneaking and slaying and marking and executing. Well, Sam is back in Splinter Cell Blacklist, and we have been waiting a long time for this game, not only because it's been so long since we've seen Sam Fisher, but because this is the first game out of Ubisoft Toronto, the new studio right in our own backyard.
You here to save me?
I'm here to save what you know.
What are your thoughts, sir, on Splinter Cell Blacklist? Did they succeed on making Sam the ninja he used to be?
Absolutely. I think that, everybody at Ubisoft Toronto should be really proud. And it's funny, stealth is one of those things that, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think that they've done a great job bringing the stealth back into focus and also making it really sort of accessible in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they've kind of tried to bring it back to its stealth roots, but also open it up to a wider audience. And it's kind of a tricky balancing act that Ubisoft is walking, because they want to give the Splinter Cell purists a chance to do the stealthy thing, hide in the shadows, crawl along pipes on the ceiling, get the drop on bad guys. You can go through the entire game without killing somebody, which is something you could not do in Conviction. So you can play as a ghost, that's kind of what they call it too, or you can play as the Panther, the silent but deadly sneaking guy, or an all-out assault. Load up machine guns, charge into scenarios, and blow guys away. It's really kind of a really flexible, versatile game.
Told you this would get messy.
I do think the level design is great. There's a lot of sort of varied stuff, and within the game, sometimes you're shooting at people through drones. I love the gadgets. So, I think that they've done a really fabulous job. My one knock is that I thought the story was kind of, it's just, what can you do, really? It's like the 6th game in this series. There's always a terrorist, and, there's all these interactions on the plane between the main characters that, they're supposed to make you care about them. I didn't care at all.
It's kind of Mass Effect-y. They want you to walk around the Paladin and talk to the other people. I didn't mind that. But this is the thing. I never felt like the world was really in jeopardy. I never felt that sense of urgency. I think it's because the game is basically designed as a series of self-contained missions, and I just felt like I was being strung along by the nose, never really involved in the danger or the moment or I never felt like the Blacklist was really a huge threat.
You think you can stop the Blacklist?
The only times I felt truly immersed is when I was a super badass ninja and I managed to slip past 5 guys. But the way that sort of the missions all launch, it's like, oh no, all this bad stuff's happening, and then it sort of gets on Sam's face.
Sam's
like
a really, really intense look.
Yeah, grim and gruff, and it's like, launch the mission, right? So, but I gotta say, if you've ever been a Splinter Cell fan, if you're curious about stealth, the actual gameplay is fabulous. One of the things I also really liked is that on the Paladin, there's a strategic mission interface where it shows you all the missions that are open, including, the multiplayer, which I know you've had a blast with.
I really like the multiplayer, and this is, it is so much fun. It's an asymmetrical kind of multiplayer where one team plays as the spies, who are very stealthy and fast but weak, and the other team plays as the mercs, who are heavily armed and armored but slow, and they also see in a first-person perspective, so they have no peripheral vision. And it sounds weird, it sounds like it shouldn't work, but it is a lot of fun. And I just think as a whole, the game is so polished. For the first game from a new studio, there's a lot of people who have worked on the games, a lot of people from Ubisoft Montreal here, but there's a lot of people who are kind of new to the franchise here, and they've done an amazing job.
For the first game out of a new studio, this is a great first impression. I'm going to give a Splinter Cell Blacklist an 8.5.
Yeah, it's good to see Sam back. 8.5 for me as well.